For the bulk of the housework, women have always been and still are responsible. Why has it been stereotypical when it comes to the chores for women to pitch in more? Traditionally, marriage has been a practical construct where men are required to provide for their families financially while women are responsible for household chores and raising children. Giving birth to a child is God's greatest gift, but the time spent during pregnancy and childbirth affects the productivity of women, making women less involved outside the house in chores and has contributed to a simple solution to the division of labor. Girls learn that housework falls naturally within their domain, and boys also learn to rely on girls for chores. Some research has also shown that because women are perceived to have higher expectations of cleanliness, the obligations of the household ultimately fall on them. This is particularly evident in the marketing message that often feature women in home product ads, right? Today, I would like to persuade all of you about women should not entirely are responsible for doing household because it can cause depression, less time for self-care, and due to limited time, they can encounter tension between their job and their home roles. To start, let's talk about the first reason, which is women with housework overload can cause depression. Firstly, a big cause of her depression is expecting your wife or your mother to do all the household chores. When they are depressed, their mental outlook often appears to full of self criticism, make it much harder to do, and they will be back soon. This leads to pressure, feeling of not coping, contributing to unmanageability and low self-esteem, says Rona Clues, an expert on health and trust. Women tend to feel angry and defensive about their lives and those around them. If they avoid taking positive action regularly, they quickly begin to feel depressed of life, begin to drop into a mess. It's easy to enough to say, start cleaning your home, but it's harder to face it alone. Of course, she doesn't get a medal for a clean sink or playroom with all the toys in the right place to do household chores. For females, this frustration may lead to marital troubles, unhappiness, and low self-esteem. According to the research by Skilo, a few household chores feature and stress the impact on domestic overload concerning mental illnesses that do not obtain assistance to perform domestic tasks and have to do those tasks on a regular or daily basis, thereby impacting the main association's modifiers. Why are women at higher risk? Researchers point to the possible double burden faced by women as their long hours of paid work are applied to the time they spend on domestic responsibilities. As Sarani said, one reason is that she frequently seen men and women describing job stress differently. Women frequently tell her that there's not enough time in the day, that they can't get enough work and stuff done at home, and that they don't have disposal help they need, while men talk about how stressful their jobs are and how upset they are that they can't get work done, and how their partners don't understand how stressful their jobs are. As stated by Rose, Mirowiski and Hubbard, the association between the division of work in marriage and the depressive symptoms of couple has been re-examining. The partnership has been researched for nearly 3 decades, primarily in reaction to the rising number of married women who work for pay. Conflicts in marriage over the division of labor are sometimes listed among the explanation of divorce. Moreover, such disputes may have implications for the individual well-being and well-being of husband and partners, which may further bring relationship under strain. It is for these reasons that the implication of the division of labor have become a highly important area of research. Besides depression, let me share the next reason, which is women has less time for self-care. Secondly, the thing about being new mom is that the self-care time is becoming progressively shorter. Many of your moms going to tell you how they are hazily going through their early days with new with their newborns living alone without food all the time. The propensity to make yourself last is particularly prevalent in moms, according to the recent study undertaken by Healthier Women and Working Mother. 78% of mothers say that they have not taken care of their well-being because they have been too busy looking after their loved one. It is a lesson, for whatever reason, that any parent has to learn the hard way. It is too easy to keep up with the trend that has been set in those early days. Considering the children's interest first and foremost when taking a nap or some bite to eat, she will scourge only after the kids are taken care of in bed, feeling too exhausted to keep her adult friendships running. As Marisa Mascala says, but after all, from the kids to the cats, there's no much left for mom. Researchers of 2,000 parents found that women and dads on average get 32 minutes of me time every day, which is frankly sounds high to me. And analysis in Britain moved to the number closer to 17 minutes, which is more defined. How are mothers expected to be human beings working while we allow ourselves less than half an hour a day to manage our own needs? Mom's self-care bar is weak. A mother with a newborn might only want someone to keep her baby for 10 minutes so she can have dinner while it's still warm. Maybe if she's fully truthful, she needs a little time to have the teeth brushing, take her to the dentist, go see a play, or enjoy an interrupted chat with a buddy. The way she takes care of her changes so many elements of her life that it is worth making an effort. For sure, finding the time for her is harder for mom's life. As Taylor mentioned, self-denial is a huge issue for women. They look at all that needs to be done, and they put themselves at the bottom of the line. Just as women are hesitant to take a break, Taylor claims she hears of patients who refuse to take 6 days off to take care of themselves. Instead, women advise her that they are going to bank those in case their children or elderly parents are sick and need to take care of them. American writer Brigitte, author of the 2014 book Overwhelmed Work, Love and Play When No One Has Time, coined the term fatigue to describe the increasingly common feeling of perpetually falling behind our responsibilities, and women, she claims, are suffering the most. Finally, due to the limited time, they can encounter tension between their jobs and their home roles. Bad work-life balance can be a significant burden for women with all children and can harm their emotional well-being. If you work regularly for long hours, you may be at higher risk of depression, especially if you are a woman. Given that today's work climate requires round-the-clock access to work, it is no wonder that more and more people are clocking in longer hours. An observational study reported online in the journal Epidemiology of Community Health reports that women who work 55 hours or more a week and or work most every weekend encountered substantially more depressive symptoms than women working regular hours. Working women usually have a central role in housework in addition to paid work. According to the World Economic Forum report in 2014, India's chores gap is the highest in any country for which data is available. Our women are now specialists, scientists, engineers, and business leaders. So why is the household still the work of a woman? How do we change that? Therefore, working women with the depression need a support program for housework as well as paid work. As the time women spend on unpaid jobs increases, labor force participation grows by as much as 20%. The effect of these chores gaps is massive. The imbalance in the amount of housework performed by women and men. As stated by Mitu Sinha, a counseling psychologist, the wage gap is a major explanation for the chores gap presents. Men spend more time working for money and women do the majority of unpaid household chores. This work is important but is often appreciated less than paid work, and it prevents them from doing other things when it is the responsibility of women. It poses an obstacle to women finding employment outside the home. To conclude, I would like to emphasize that the three reasons why women who are entirely responsible for doing household chores, which can cause depression, less time for self-care, and due to limited time, they can encounter tension between their job and their home roles. Make sure you help out with chores as a husband. Men are actively support gender equality by taking parental leave, by sharing childcare and housework in double shifts, by assisting with basic tasks such as laundry or dishwashing. As typical as it seems, women are known to be a better multitaskers, and even though they work longer hours, they prefer to take up more tasks such as shopping and cleaning. Don't take it for granted when men help out. Be gracious and smile. We complain most of the time and do not appreciate the effort, affection, and care that the partner has put in. Thank you.